I'm live. Well, somehow between making my thumbnail, which was just terrible, I hope to replace it. So I'm never prepared for these live thumbnails. To this point now where I have Easter grass all in my bowl I was going to be working out of. I didn't have time to prep before I went live. Holy heck. That's a lot of Easter grass. Alright, we're going to work around it. Here's the deal, guys. You're going to need a large bowl. I put a paper towel in it to keep the glare from making it unpleasant to watch. You're going to need some kind of scissors. These are this kind of scissors that have a spring in them, and it's for, well, I don't know. I always buy them in the spring in the garden department, but I'm sure you could get them. I'm sure you could get them any time of the year online or whatever. Various little makeup brushes or art brushes. These I got at Dollar Tree, $1 a piece. They're synthetic, they're cheap, but they work really well for things like this. The rest of it's just, brushes I had around. And a couple of pairs of sharp scissors. I don't know, you really only need one, but for some reason I feel the need to have 3. And I have these, this little scissor sharpener. And I've got probably 3 of them scattered around the house. I'm going to dump this out. A little pair of tweezers as well, because sometimes you need them. Hang loose. Hello everybody, I'm TushyGalore. If you don't know me, I've been on here forever. I do all kinds of stuff. I can't seem to focus on just one topic or one craft, or that's just how I am. So what we're going to do is, I've already made one video on how to make glitter from some holiday tinsel that I get at Dollar Tree. You can get it anywhere, whatever. This one is how to make it with Easter grass specifically, because that is, yeah, I got that right when the COVID stuff hit. And one of the last times that I had gone to the Dollar Tree there for a while, and I got several kinds. I'm glad I did. The colors they had available were green, pink, and yellow. No purple, no blues. So sad. This is one of them. Yes, I have moved it to a Ziploc bag. Now I'm going to pull some of this. I know I just put it away, right? I'm going to pull some of it out. Again, we're going to look at it. This was the green metallic that they had. And as I go through it, what I see is a lot of different shades of green and types. This is a very dark green that is transparent. There's a lot of this green hollow. Hollow meaning holographic, meaning you can see every color of the rainbow in it with change of the light. There's sort of a spring green that's metallic, but it's sort of satiny. Sometimes I've found chunks of rather thick, just clear green, like a very plasticky clear green. Here it is. Yeah, those are a little bit more difficult to cut. But what I do with this stuff, since it's so long and crazy and seemingly unmanageable, I'm going to get it down to a small handful. Now, since this actually has several different shades and different finishes in it, you could separate it. You know, if you just wanted to have one certain shade or type, or you just wanted all green hollow, you could separate it. I have done that and just get what I need. But it's really so pretty when it's mixed. And what I do is I just kind of get a handful of it, get it in my hand as best I can, and I start cutting. Now smaller pieces are far better than large when it comes to this stuff, because how can I explain it? It lies together like sheets of paper, and then it's hard to slice through when it's a sort of a stack of them. But if you, I don't know, it seems like if you cut it smaller, they're a little more irregular. It's easier to get the scissors in there. but I'm not going to take the time. I say take your time. Put out a sheet, put out, you know, get a big bowl, get a paper bag and like a grocery bag. Roll the sides down a little bit, roll the ends down. Put it in your lap and get going. So anyway, I cut it just kind of like I'm giving it a haircut, right? And then I get in here and start cutting it like that. And once I have it chopped up quite a bit, and once I get it cut down some, I'll probably put it in a smaller container and keep cutting it down. But I mean, you start out with these strands and you end up, keep at it, you can end up with something very, very fine, or you can work with it when it's chunky. You can work with the stripes, I mean, or the strips. Stripes, they're the same thing. You can make, for instance, I started doing this so I could have a wider array of glitters, pretty glitters, chunky glitters, little glitters for cheap, because I started doing my nails. I didn't have any money. I mean, that's the reason I started doing it. I couldn't afford to go to a salon. It was just ridiculously expensive, and I was usually pretty unhappy with the job that the nail tech did. So I started doing this. Now, one of the things I found is that things like this beautiful stuff here, it all started out silver metallic, right? And then a clear wash is put on top of it, and that puts the color on it. Problem is that those are just kind of a paint, I guess. You consider just a paint, a wash. And guess what removes it? Solvents like acetone, nail polish remover, and monomer. Wop wah. So what's going to happen is if I try to use this to decorate a nail, it is probably going to melt the color off of it, and then what I'll be left with is just a yucky, sort of a dull silver and a gross looking tint in my acrylic, and the part that's supposed to be clear. So I don't recommend taking that route. Once again, I have put a sheet on the floor beneath my little makeshift table here. This is just a coffee table thing that I put a cheese board on and a piece of black fabric just to give me a workspace. Careful not to cut myself, because I have done that several times in the last week or so. And one of them was right on my thumb where the scissors hit it, and that has just not stopped me. Now, here we go with problem number 1. Very carefully wiping the residue off of that. Here's where things get aggravating, because can you see all the shinies? Yeah. Sticking to my hands. So I get this big brush in here, and I have to sometimes go backwards on it like that to really lift it off. Get it off of there. I hate that. It's really bad when it gets down in my bra. Oh my gosh. Today when I got in the shower, there was so much glitter and chunks that were meant to become glitter stuck, well, where my bra goes. And it was a mess. All right, we have it a little bit smaller. Now, if I were me, I would go ahead and cut it. Just go ahead and pick up pieces and keep cutting it. But since I am live, for the sake of time, I shan't do that. But here is the shortcut. Where did my jar go? Oh, heck, where's my jar? Okay, I don't know what I've done with it. I had a jar here. It looks like this, but it's empty. And what I would normally do is take these and start cramming them down in there. And once I get them in there, I take my scissors, whatever I've decided to use. Use these little spring-loaded things. And I get down in there and I just start cutting. I just cut and cut and cut until it is the desired size. That's why you need these things to be sharp. Any scissors you're using, you need them sharp. And if you look, like I said in my last video, if you look at your jar from the side, you'll see that you start getting a lot of really tiny, tiny stuff down in the bottom. And ooh, hello. And the stuff that's kind of more floating around on the top is the bigger stuff. So I say concentrate on the bigger stuff. And if you get too much in your scissors, may not cut, have to take little snips, and I roll my jar just to keep things interesting, or shake it a little bit. Stuff's going to collect on the scissors. I get it all up in the sort of in the hinge here where they go together. So I have to stop once in a while and just sort of clean that out, being careful not to run my finger along the blade, because that's how I cut this finger. Yep, sure enough did. So, and the brushes come in really handy for brushing down like the sides of your big bowl, or brushing things like this. If I'm moving the glitter from one of these jars into something smaller, the brush really comes in handy, because I do tend to like to use these more often than not. So this is that green, the metallic green. Now I think it would work absolutely just beautifully for any kind of craft where you're not going to be using a solvent. If you want to roll the dice anyway, then get some of it and test it. Of course, it is no longer Easter. It is it September? I think it's September 1st now. So you can't go into the store and get it. But you might have some laying around the house. Or, you know, your mama, your grandma, somebody might have some. And if it's plastic, you can make into some kind of usable glitter type stuff. Now, if you're doing gel nails, I think this would be fine. Any of this would be just fine. Let's see, I have, I put it in another bag. I just put it in a little shopping bag, but bear with me here for a moment. I have the metallic in pink. Does that not take your breath away and make you want to slap your mother? Right, there's one of those transparent, where'd it go? Transparent pink ones that are kind of heavy duty. And again, there's a lot of the hollow with other things, like there suddenly is some fuchsia and there's some lighter pink. And what was really puzzling to me, and I saved one because I was feverishly working on this yesterday, and I saved one big chunk so I could show this one big chunk. But this is the thickest of them. They were various thicknesses. It was mixed in with this pink, and it has different colors, variegated. And then if I flip it, it's even differenter colors. So I thought that was particularly beautiful. It makes me want to get gel nail stuff just so I can use some of these, because here, allow me, I have come prepared. I'm going to pour some out. I don't have it super thin, but I mean super small slices, but I think I like it as is, because I can totally pick out some of the smaller if I need it, but I know this camera's not picking it up even halfway, as pretty as that is. See? Home snipped. Home snipped. I wish I could get more of this. I got everything that was in it out of it. Now, I'm going to do something really risky here. Let's see if I can do this. Look at me showing off. I want to dump it into the pink pieces. There we go. And of course, there's going to get glitter stuck in your brushes, so you need to, between glitter colors, you need to be sure to get all the crap out of there. Now I will put a lid back on that very quickly before myself or a cat spills, because it's always just a matter of time. Oh, that pink is so pretty. I'm going through a pink phase. For decades, I was like, pink, that's for girls. Blech. But now, now I'm loving pink, like a good bubblegum pink. There's just something extraordinarily luscious about it. What else do I have? I have, oh, this is really pretty. This is super prettiness coming up. Hang on, stare into my metal bowl while I put this green grass back into the bag. There, oh, so much better, huh? Close that bag. I've got cats sitting around me watching and waiting for their opportunity. Now here's the original bag. And this is the green iridescent. And what's going on with the green iridescent is that there are all these pretty pieces that are like a clear, transparent iridescent that iridesces green, blue, pink, purple. Did I say purple? I see a lot of different colors in that. And so they have mixed it in with this green and with the pink and with the yellow, and it goes well with all of them. So you could pull those out. If you wanted to just do a purely iridescent, you could pull those out and use them on their own or with pretty much any color. Okay, and then also mixed in with that is transparent greens. And that looks a little iridescent. Oh, it's very iridescent in and of itself. And that's pretty much that. It's not a real complicated mix, but it is a extraordinarily beautiful mix. Like, I wish you could see that in person. It would put your eyeballs out. Like, I'm talking retinas burned. So pretty. Don't you want some? Sure you do. I may eventually have some for sale. I'm thinking about getting some electric scissors. I found them on eBay used. Cool looking ones from the like 60s and 70s. I think people get them, think it's gonna revolutionize their sewing, and just kind of don't do it. And they don't use it, and it sits in somebody's drawer, and then grandma dies, and then pop this up on eBay for $6 and see if any idiot bites. So I think I'm gonna bite. There's a whole bunch of them. I just need to find the one that is the right shape, and then I can hopefully turn out tons of this without pain, because this hurts me tremendously to do this, but I enjoy it so much. Just the activity, keeping my hands busy, the color. I get sort of mesmerized, honestly. Let me show you all my pinks. This was the pink iridescent, but I think I pulled out, well, I think I may have pulled out the clear iridescent pieces, and this is just the pink pieces. It's very dark, very pretty, still kind of iridescent, because the pink ones were iridescent as well. Just like, oh, it's so pretty, and I haven't even begun to use these. This is the pink metallic. It's very coarsely cut there. I don't know why I left it that coarse. I guess I'm just not finished with it yet. So pretty. And that has the hollow in it. The yellow iridescent, I don't know how, but I ended up with so much of it. So very much. And again, this is a coarse. This is, well, I don't know. They're not. This one's probably ready to use on nails, but the rest of it needs to be refined a little bit. So that's taking up space. I think that covers it. Again, I really wish they would have had purple, blue, but they did not. But maybe next Easter, almost at Halloween. Halloween does have some cool stuff out at Dollar Tree for making glitter. And I have already shown you the Day of the Dead tinsel, and there's more to come because I'm always finding stuff that I like to come home and cut up, being Miss Destructo and all. Okay, everybody, I love you. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to get this out of the holder. I don't think I can do it. You know, y'all know I'm tedious. I work with a very small phone. Okay, love you. Bye.